but you got something that I can't buy. You got something Bill Gates can't buy. You got something that Jeff Bezos can't buy. Do you know what that is? No. Age. You should never, ever have to realize or depend on a man. Men suck. Men are dogs. And you need to be able to rely on yourself.
I'm approaching on Noah Biza.
Okay.
This is set for bail review today. It was also set on Friday and it got rolled to today.
She's here.
She is here. Her bond was revoked and raised last week due to her picking up a criminal trespass. So she does have 2 ankle monitors on right now, and we would just be requesting that one of those come off. Obviously, she knows that she's not supposed to be within 200 feet of Stereo Live, which is the bar that she was trespassing at.
What I don't want is I don't want her out in the middle of the night. And that's why we have that on. And I'm paying for everything, so nothing is going to come out of her pocket. Come up, Ms. Bison. She had the open DWI, just doing whatever she wants to do. And now she picks up another case out in the middle of the night. Nothing good happens at 2 a.m. And I don't want you out in the middle of the night. And the only way that I can enforce that is with the ankle monitor. Because if I take that off, you can run amok and I have no idea what you're doing, where you're going, and what's going on. I'm like I said, I'm paying for it, so it's nothing out of her pocket either. I take cost off of everyone so that it's never an issue. I know that and I'm sorry that it's uncomfortable. Well, I'm not really sorry, but actions have consequences. You now see, and I'm going to tell you, you violate conditions again. Get ready for that bond. It's going to sprout legs. It's going to be, you understand? Show me after a while that we can trust you and perhaps we can talk. But you're just now getting out of jail after violating conditions over and over. Thanks.
Understood.
Okay.
Thank you.
So you're now out of jail. You have a lawyer. It is your responsibility to stay in touch with them, and they will tell you when you have to come back to court. If they tell me they can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, you're ducking and dodging, you pick up a 3rd case, violate conditions again, there goes the bonds. Do you understand? Okay, stay in touch with them and they'll tell you when you have to come back to court. So I'm going to waive the appearance, which is whatever you guys need.
Thank you. And she did just complete IOP, and then she is planning to enroll in SOP prior to potentially entering into any other program that the court might have available. So
yeah, it's up to you guys, whatever, I'm just here. I just want to make sure that she's not out and about and continuing to party. According to her, she wants to go to school for this. She wants to go to school that. If you really, how old are you, ma'am? You have something that I can't buy. I have money, right? I've got a ton of money here, there. Steven's got a lot of money. But you got something that I can't buy. You got something Bill Gates can't buy. You got something that Jeff Bezos can't buy. Do you know what that is? No. Age. And the reason is all those guys would pay an arm and a leg to be able to take back time to have age. But what matters is what you do with the age that you have. If you do nothing, it's a complete waste. If you're going to school and if you really care about the future, then you're partying, going to a bar and refusing to leave the bar because I've got to wait for my drink. It's life is a journey. It can be a great journey or it can be a rotten, miserable journey. And as a young woman, you should never, ever have to realize or depend on a man. You should be getting your education. You should be getting degrees. You should be getting knowledge so that you never have to rely on a man. Men suck. Men are dogs. And you need to be able to rely on yourself, because if a guy says that they're going to take care of you, great. But one day they may never be there. One day they may take flight. And if you don't have an education, if you don't have a career, if you don't have knowledge, you'll be destitute, penniless, always dependent on a man. Don't. Become a strong woman with knowledge, because then that life becomes a great life. Because this life is only about one thing, this, the almighty dollar. And if you don't have this, you ain't got shit. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
So get your knowledge. Stop picking up cases. Once that age is gone, don't come back. Thanks.
Your Honor, my client does have class from 5 to 9, 6 to 9, my apologies. And I know she has a curfew right now that is imposed. Would the court be amenable towards pushing that curfew back a
Absolutely.
little bit?
Show me proof that you're in college or that you're in class and that the class goes at that time. I'll happily give you time to go home. Of course. Yeah. But I'm not going to take your word for it. Show me that you're actually enrolled. You got like either a syllabus or whatnot, and then I'll, of course, am always amenable to working around a schedule for school. Of course. Just show me, and then we'll do it.
We'll present her to the court.
Please.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Of course.
May we be excused?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Ms. Wickenhofer, in the flesh.
I know, right? We're famous, by the way. Over 30K people watch it. Anyways, it doesn't matter. I have to read off my phone, so I apologize, but
It's okay.
it says, Your Honor, I was convicted of driving while intoxicated in this court on October 14, 2019, under cause number 222. You already got it. I was sentenced to 4 days in jail, and I have completed that sentence, including paying all fines, costs, and restitutions. I am here today because I meet all the legal requirements under the Texas law for non-disclosure of this conviction. Specifically, number one, my conviction was for DWI with a blood alcohol level below 0.15, which actually was 0.11. I specifically remember. I was not placed on community supervision for this offense. This offense did not involve an accident with another person. I finished my sentence over 5 years ago. I have not been convicted or placed on deferred adjudication for any other crime except for minor traffic violations. This conviction from 6 years ago is still hurting my reputation and my ability to grow in my career. I deeply regret my actions and have learned from my mistakes. Since then, I have worked hard to turn my life around, and I am asking for a second chance. Granting this non-disclosure will allow me to fully move forward, both personally and professionally. It would help me reach my potential and improve my future. Thank you.
Absolutely. So I don't think I can. Show me where you think I can, but non-disclosures are traditionally for people who take deferreds, complete the deferreds, and are eligible to have it sealed. Expunctions are for those that meet the requirements where if a case gets dismissed, they can have it expunged. Here, when you plead guilty, I don't think you're eligible for either. And the thing about it, I can't give you legal advice. I can't tell you how to look this, how to look that. But if you have a piece, or if you can show me the law that says I can give you a non-disclosure, and I can tell you, Ms. Wickenhofer, I love it, and I've told you this before, I love it when people try to better themselves, right? If I can, I will, because I'm always about trying to make someone's life better, right?
Yes, sir.
But I have to follow the law. I can't just say, okay, I can't just rubber stamp and do it just for the sake of doing it. There has to be a law, because if not, they appeal it and I'll get overturned.
Yeah, I think it
That's
Yeah,
what
I think it was
traditionally
the
happens.
points I said, because I was under a certain amount of alcohol in my system.
That doesn't, what matters is the ultimate result in the case. Did you plead guilty? Did you do a probation? Did you do a deferred? I think that the legislature even now made deferreds available for certain types of DWIs so that people don't get convictions,
I
right?
understand.
But, we never do them, right? But you can, right? And it's surprising that no people do deferreds on DWIs.
Traditionally in Harris County, Judge, we don't even offer deferreds on DWIs.
But if theoretically, if you go without an agreed recommendation, we could, and I think that we may have. I don't remember, but
So they don't
have
they don't grant deferred here then in Harris County.
no, you can. It's
have to pay more money, so it sounds
You
like.
know, it's not about money. It's about, there are other options that are better
Okay.
for some. So
I think that's probably why I didn't do it, because they didn't give me the option to.
always do though. Every single case. I talk to every single person that comes up here and I make sure, hey, look, you're making a lifetime decision. Are you sure that you want to do this? Because it's not Target. You can't return it once you do it.
Yeah.
I literally, every person I scrutinize, micromanage. That's why we're still here. It's 110 when most judges are gone by
I
now, right?
understand. Yeah. People tell me.
I really care about everybody that rolls here and I want everybody to get the great result, and I don't know what was happening in your life at the time when this happened. Why did it end up like this? Was there something other? Did you have other charges elsewhere? If you can show me in the law that I can, then let's talk. That means you got to get it,
In writing.
No. Go through the actual, this is the Code of Criminal Procedure. In here, there are certain provisions with regard to non-disclosures, who is eligible for them. You have to read it, you got to digest it. You definitely are not, I don't think I can't give you legal advice, right?
Yeah, I understand. Something we could do, but I don't know. I just want something to be done. I just don't know what can be done. It doesn't sound like anything, which really sucks for me, but
Does. Yeah, and then the thing is that I even tell people that, within a certain amount of time, if you get buyer's remorse, within 30 days of doing something, we've really reopened cases for people who get buyer's remorse. But here, the case is 5 years old. I have no jurisdiction. Even if I wanted to reopen it to do something, I can't. The only
any
advice
community service I can do, like any extra thing I can do.
what I would do is really go to a lawyer. You're going to have to spend a little bit of money. Go to a lawyer and fine tooth comb non-disclosure law
Okay.
and see, is there an out? Is there this? Is there that?
Mm-hmm. Just ask questions. Okay.
You may have to hire a lawyer to really dig into it to see what you can do. Okay. But I can't give you legal advice. I can't sit there and comb the code with you to see, is there a provision that would get it? Because there's so many little nuances here and there. Right. I mean, even so much as a 0.15 or above or 0.15 or below, how long it'll suspend your license versus there's just so many little nuances. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. What was that book called again?
The Code of Criminal Procedure.
Okay. All right.
So,
Thank you.
Google Code of Criminal Procedure, Texas non-disclosure, and even if you do that in Google, you'll have so many other lawyers' sites. Read through all those.
Okay.
But I don't think that I can. Once you plead guilty, that's it. That's why I caution everybody, when you take the easy way out, when you do something like this, it's a lifetime thing.
Yeah, I understand. Thank you.
Sorry.